How's it going, everybody? Gocho here with another Gocho session. Today we have a wonderful guest by the name of
Moreno Zulu.
Moreno Zulu. How you doing today?
Oh, good, man. Regular day. Been very productive here at Hype Studios. Shout out UUYN.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pleasured and grateful to be part of this right now. Thank you, Gosh.
No, thank you for being here. So just let's talk a little bit about your music. Your musical path. How long have you been doing music for?
I started rapping when I was 14. And yeah, I remember being consistent with it, but there was just a time when I had questions that need to be answered, like musical questions that I
Mhm.
didn't know. There's certain things that I wanted to do that I didn't have the access to. So I remember I just really focused on my writing, you know. There's a time where I just really learned a lot about poetry and a lot more about prose, for all the writers out there, you know.
What do you feel like has been the most beneficial lesson that you've learned on this path of being an artist? Maybe not just as a rapper, but as an artist. You know what I mean? So obviously you've mentioned writing, but maybe just like a life lesson that you've learned all these years from doing such a wonderful craft.
Oh, that's a good question. Something I realized and something that I had to learn through experience. I actually read it in a Stephen King book, and actually it related to me. And the quote, it goes like this: um, "Life is not a crutch for art. Art is a crutch for life."
Mm.
Yeah. But basically, you as a person, you have to be in a good space first, before your art. You can't make your art the whole purpose of your life, and you as a person is not right. So that's something I had to realize. I had to find how to grow as a human, to make my art better.
Well, I mean, your art has definitely skyrocketed, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Looking at the recent mixtape that you did, featuring the video that we worked on, Triple Double together. So, like, what is the benefit of writing a lot of music?
Writing a lot of music. Well, earlier we were in the studio with a few people, and we are talking about how people like their songs short nowadays. People want shorter records. So it's like I agree with that. I believe in giving people what they want for sure. But I also had a lot that I wanted to say. There's a lot that I had to express musically. So that's why I ended up going with 12 songs. I wanted to show my diversity as an artist, because nowadays if you look at the sound of music, it's kind of it's open, and it's really it's all over the place, and you can kind of do whatever you want. So it was like when I got the chance to make my project 24/7, I'm like, how could I show myself on the widest spectrum and still be that conscious artist?
Where do you find that act of self care for yourself, and what's your regimen for that?
I love to learn. I love wisdom. I love to read anything. I'm always looking around. Trying to figure out what something is. Personally, me, I'm into meditation. I believe in yoga.
Mm.
I believe in those kinds of things that make you focus on your breathing. It could really improve your everyday life. As simple and as
Well,
as it
sometimes for some
sounds.
people it's not simple. You know what I mean? Like, first of all, yoga, you got to be stretching, you got to be versatile. The flexibility is really there. And even for myself, I find meditation, it's not impossible, but it is difficult to kind of just have that peaceful moment, because once you start turning your mind off, other things try to come on and distract you. You know what I
Right.
mean? So the fact that you have that in your regimen and that's something that's important to you, that's a true skill, to be honest. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't take that time to ground themselves and just check in. You know what I mean? What do you get from meditation? Do you feel?
For meditation, I feel I get a sense of clarity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, I'm much more aware of my emotions. Through my everyday life. Certain things that could upset you and throw off your whole day. I believe if you've been doing meditation for a long time, let's say, some people have been practicing it for 10 years, some people 20, some people 30. You know, you can move through life a lot easier. From what I believe. And I don't want to bag nobody. I don't think anybody who does meditation or yoga, I'm not saying you're better than anyone else. You know, everybody has their own thing. If you're into it, that's on you. If you're not into it, that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. Good regimen, good balance there. And I like the perspectives that you're bringing upon of like I said, being good with the self, taking the time to actually do different things, such as like your exercise or your meditation. Just some final thoughts before we kind of wrap up here. What's next for your music? You know what I mean? Like, what kind of heights would you like to reach in, like, let's say, like the next like 2, 3 years? You know?
2, 3 years, I want to be a platinum artist, no
Jeez,
doubt.
jeez.
Platinum, that's a goal for me. Yeah. Next project I'm releasing is called Too Deep.
Mm,
Yeah, man, like whatever it is in life that you're too deep into it, whether you're too deep into your work or you're too deep into your relationship or you're too deep into your fear or your excitement, whatever it is, sometimes it's just too deep to turn back.
I feel that. I can relate. That's how I feel right now. Just following this artist path and having
Right?
this responsibility of this building and working alongside this amazing team and honestly full of leaders where it's like I'm going to give it my best shot. You know what I mean? Moving forward. So at least for me, 2, 3 years, starting to get paid for more DJ gigs, to just to play music that I enjoy playing. But not saying I want to play what people want to play. And just taking the artists that are here to the next level, such as yourself. Shout out to Kikilis, Odyssey, Czar, Tata Milano. You know what I mean? So many wonderful artists that I've already worked alongside here, and you know what I mean. Like it's just like Flinch, like everybody. You know what I mean? Rich, the barber, he's an artist. You know what I mean? So it's just in the next 2, 3 years, I see us doing what we have to do. I see you being platinum. You know what I mean? And let's just take that music to the next height.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any final shout outs for the people there? People you want to just show some love to?
Shout out, shout out Zar. Shout out Hype Studio. Shout out UUIN. Shout out Toronto. Shout out you.
Without the artist, there is no vision. So I appreciate you. Thank you again, man.
Thank you, King.
Awesome.